Zibiki Saganage Gijagad is Saturday. Gazibiki Saganage Gijagad is Saturday. Gazibiki Saganage Gijagad is Saturday. That's how we say Saturday in a Ojibwe.
Oh, not too bad.
Yeah, that's really good. Hey, Boozhoo! Boozhoo ni Janashanabe Dug. Welcome back to Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. And today, our Ojibwe word of the day, Kazibigi Saginage Gijagud. Floor washing day, or as we say, Saturday. So we were just singing it, and I always tell the kids if the Ojibwe word you're learning is really long like this, put it to music. That's a good way to memorize it. Yazibiki saginage, Ijagad is Saturday in Ojibwe. That's how we say. Yeah. So Yazibiki saginage. Floor washing, Keisha good day. And in our way, our days of the week kind of tell us what we should do on that day. Like Sundays, Anama E Keisha good. It's prayer day. Sunday is the day to spend in prayer. But Saturday, it's a day to clean your house. It's floor washing day. So sweep up, vacuum. Take out wash that kitchen floor. And yeah, so that's all I have for today. Kazibigi Saginage Gijagud. Floor washing day or Saturday. All right. Well, hey, you've been watching Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. And we will see you again. Kiga Wabamin Minowa Hoa. Kizibiki Saginage. Gijagad is Saturday. That's how we say Saturday in Ojibwe. Hey.
As I sat in the street alone, standing in the shadows, wondering why I'm not at home. I sit and contemplate my thoughts and feelings about you. Wondering what it is I do that makes you so confused. Then the light in the street turned out on me, and the moon in the sky
All right, Mamengwa, you can start whenever you're ready.
Can you count me in?
Well, for sure. All right, Mamengwa, recording in 3, 2.
Boozhoo, nana boozhoo, niemand weendam, oma noongum. Boozhoo, nana boozhoo, niemand weendam, oma noongum. Boozhoo, nana boozhoo, niemand weendam, oma noongum. Please welcome Nana Boozhoo.
Hey, miigwech, my girl. Thank you. Hey, Boozhoo. Welcome to Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo, a podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. And today I would like to tell you the story of Name B'nai Gizis. Name B'nai Gizis. Suckerfish Moon. That's the Ojibwe way of saying February. This month is the moon of the suckerfish. So back in the days of the grandfathers, when Anishinaabe, when the original man was getting along, Anishinaabe found out that they were really good trackers. When the snow would come, they could track the Wawashigeshiwag. They could track the deer and hunt them, and they found that they were really good at snaring the Waboozhoo. They could follow the rabbit tracks and set snares. So everybody ate really well at the beginning of the winter, but by this time of the year, the woodland animals, they kind of wised up, and they would move off into the deep woods, and they would avoid Anishinaabe. And pretty soon the people, they started to starve. Well, Name B'nai, the suckerfish, they saw this, and they called up the Gitchi Manadu, the Great Spirit. They said, Gitchi Manadu, our brother, the Anishinaabe, they're starving to death. And Gitchi Manadu hears this and goes, yeah, well, what do you want me to do about it? And they said, Gitchi Manadu, we will offer up ourselves. We will give our lives to the Anishinaabe. You must tell them they should come to the lake, and they can feed upon us, for they are hungry and starving. Well, Gitchi Manadu sees this, and he's just impressed. He goes, Suckerfish, because of your noble sacrifice, I'm going to give you the special power of super reproduction. For every one of you, you will be able to make 100 of yourself. And with that, Name B'nai, suckerfish, became this noble creature. And the Anishinaabe started to come to the lake, and they started to catch the suckerfish and to feed their families and to feed everyone. And so that is why we honor the suckerfish this time of year, for they are the great feeders of our people. I don't know. I think that's how the story goes. All right. Well, you've been watching Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo, a podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. And yeah, I will see you again. Gigawabamin, min, Minawa, Hawa. Hey, hey. Well, welcome to Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. Yeah. Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo, Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo, Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo. Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo, Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo, Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo.
Yeah, good job.
Hey, not too bad, my girl.
I know.
Boozhoo, welcome to Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. And today we're going to tell the story of Asa Bageshi Waninini.
Oh, wow.
We're going to tell the story of the Spider-Man. Yeah. Okay, so Back in the days of the grandfathers, there was a young man named Peter Parker. And Peter Parker loves science. He could spend all night working on experiments in his rooms and that. And but he wasn't very popular at school. The kids teased him. They were like, "Hey, Peter Parker, what are you doing with those science experiments? You're a nerd." But he didn't care. He just went about his business. And after school, he would go home and he'd live with his Auntie May and his Uncle Ben. And the three of them lived together happily. So the day came when there was a science, what do they call it? They had an exhibit downtown. It was a science fair. And Peter Parker went there to see all the experiments. And one of the experiments had to do with radiation. So this little Asapageshi, this little spider, he comes down on his web and he goes right through the radiation. And this only happens in comic books, you kids. But when spiders go through radiation, they acquire the ability to transfer their powers to humans. And he lands right there on Peter Parker's hand and he bites him. And Peter Parker's like, "Oh, I just got bit by this glowing spider. I hope that's not going to be something." And he goes home that night and he starts to feel feverish. And he goes to sleep and he has crazy dreams. And when he wakes up in the morning, he's got the power of a giant spider. He can move super fast and he can climb walls. When something's about to happen, he gets a tingling feeling in his brain. And he's like, "Oh, wow, I better be careful. Something bad's about to happen." And he calls it his spider sense. So Peter Parker, they don't got much money. And he thinks, what can I do? I'm super strong and super fast. And I got the spider sense. He goes, "I know. I'll go down to the All-Star Wrestling rink. If you beat up the other All-Star wrestlers, you can win some money." And he goes down there and he signs up and he goes into the ring and geez, he just wails on these guys. Peter Parker's little, but he's super fast and super strong. So the other wrestlers are no match. And at the end of the event, he goes down to the manager and he says, "Hey, I need some junior. I need some money. I beat up those guys." And the manager's like, "Get out of here, kid. I'm not giving you nothing." So Peter Parker leaves and he's just mad. He's steamed. Well, pretty soon he hears behind him. Somebody goes, "Hey, stop that guy. You just stole all my money." And Peter Parker turns around and it's one of the All-Star wrestlers and he's running away with a big bag of money. And he just turns to the side and he goes, "Go ahead. Not my problem." And he walks out there. He's still mad. He goes, "What do I care? He steals your money. He didn't even pay me." Well, he's walking down the street there and he sees a crowd of people and he runs up there and he's like, "What's going on?" And who's there? His old Uncle Ben. He'd been shot. And he goes, "Uncle Ben, what's the matter? What happened?" And Uncle Ben looks up and he goes, "Peter Parker, I've been shot by an All-Star wrestler. He was carrying this big bag of money." And then he died. And Peter got up with tears in his eyes and he goes, "That was the guy I could have stopped. If only I'd stopped that criminal, my Uncle Ben would still be alive." So he went home and he made a costume. And he said, "From this day forward, I will dedicate my life to fighting crime. I will become Asapageshi Waninini. I shall become the Spider-Man, because with great power comes great responsibility." Hey, all right, that is the story of Asapageshi Waninini, of the Spider-Man. Oh, and you've been watching Boozhoo Nano Boozhoo, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I will see you again. Gigawaba min, minawa, hoa. Yeah, Asapageshi Waninini, the Spider-Man.
Tomorrow I'll say we can still be friends, but I'm never coming back here again. I was caught for 3 long years, lost in the thoughts of a young man's fears. I cannot swim in a sea of tears. I found you out and then I disappeared. Now I'm never coming back here again. I'm never coming back here again. This is it now, this is the end. I'm never coming back here again. And so it comes down to this: one sad parting farewell kiss, goodbyes in this morning's mist. What's mine is yours, but what's yours is his. So I'm never coming back here again. I'm never coming back here again. This is it now, this is the end. I'm never coming back here again. Oh, oh, oh. I'm never coming back here again. This is it now, this is the end. Tomorrow I'll say we can still be friends, but I'm never coming back here again. I'm never coming back here again. I'm never coming back here again. I'm never coming back here again.
I kissed you and called you Weenie Mushane. Do the chairs in the parlor seem empty and bare? Do you gaze at your doorstep and picture me there? Is your heart filled with pain? Shall I come back again? Tell me, dear, gimanendamna dibekak. Hey, Boozhoo ni janashanabedug. Welcome back to Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo, the podcast about what are we about now? About Ojibwe language and culture. And I wonder if gimanendamna dibekak. I wonder if you're lonesome tonight. That's our Ojibwe phrase. Gimanendamna. Are you lonesome? Dibekak. Tonight. Eh. No, I was just thinking of that song and thought I'd sing it for today's show. And I was thinking about Ann Dunn, my old friend Ann. I mean, you're not that old. I'm sorry, Ann Dunn. Anyway, I know she loves Elvis as much as I do. And so that song's for you, Ann. And let's see what else. Gimanendamna dibekak. Shall I come back again? Tell me, dear, gimanendamna dibekak. Yeah, are you lonesome tonight? And I tell you what, you're at a powwow and you see some sweetheart there, you go up there and you sing her that. Guaranteed results. Nah, just kidding. All right, I better go. I will see you again. Giga wabamin minawa. Oh, what?
sure about this?
Well, dear, I can't rightly say that I'm sure about anything, but it is something I feel like I need to do.
But I'll miss you, Anamush.
I know, Mamengwa, I'll miss you too, but sometimes a man's just got to do what his heart tells him to do. I love everyone here at the podcast, but it's time for me to make my own way in this world.
Have you told Nana Boozhoo?
No, not yet. And I'd appreciate it if you could keep this under your hat for a while, at least until I can speak to him personally. I owe him that much.
Oh, sure. I won't say anything.
All right then. Thank you, dear. Here it comes now. Because my love for you would break my heart. Morning, boss. Oh, hey there, Anamush. Mino Giga Jeb, how are you, my brother? Well, I'm just about rad as rain, sir. Just about as rad as rain. Hey there, Mamengwa. Mino Giga Jeb Nishime. Good morning, my little. Hey, what's the matter, my girl?
Nothing. I don't know anything about Anamush.
What now?
It's nothing. Let's just do the podcast, okay? I don't know anything. I don't. I just don't.
Oh, come on now. What is it? Why are you crying? What's going on, Anamush? Oh, for crying out loud. Well, I might as well tell you now. What? I was just telling Mamengwa here that I was planning on tendering my resignation from the show. You're a what now? Well, boss, I just wanted to say that I appreciate the opportunity you've afforded me under your employ, but I must resign from my position as Chief Technical Engineer of the Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo podcast. You're quitting? Yes, boss. I'm quitting the show. I can't thank you enough for this opportunity and all the great memories, but it's time I head out to see if I can't make it on my own out there. Oh, well, gee, I'm sure gonna miss you, Niji. But I guess you gotta do what you gotta do, eh?
Yeah, I'm gonna miss you too.
But to tell you the truth, I didn't even realize this was like, your actual job. Why do you think I always called you boss? I don't know. I thought it was like a nickname or something. Was I even paying you? Well, that's the other thing, quite frankly. I didn't feel quite right saying anything. I can tell by your shoes that you don't make much your own self, but I have yet to receive any compensation for my work. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't blame you, Niji. I guess I haven't been much of a boss. Tell you what if I put up a Patreon account and I asked the viewers to support us? Do you think you'd reconsider leaving? Well, I don't know. It's not really about the money. Something tells me it's just time to see what else this big old world has to offer. You understand, don't you, boss?
Well, I don't understand it at all. I'm gonna miss you, Anamush.
I know, Mamengwa, but we'll stay in touch. You got a Facebook page?
No.
Hmm. Well, maybe you should get a Facebook page. Tell you what, Anamush, give me 2 weeks. Let's just see if anyone signs up first. If nobody does, we'll do one last Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo and quit the show altogether. Well, I don't want you to quit the show. Hey, if people sign up, we won't have to. But if nobody does, then we kind of have to ask ourselves why we're doing this at all. Okay then, 2 weeks, boss. Let's make it great. You gonna be okay, Mamengwa?
Yeah, I'm okay. Should we get started?
Okay then, you wanna set us up on a mush? I'd be delighted, sir. Mamengwa, can you give me a check 1 2, check 1 2?
Check 1 2, check 1 2.
Boss, can you give me the same? Check 1 2, check 1 2. All right, level set. Quiet in the studio, please. Cue and music in 3, 2. Boozhoo ni Janashinabe Doog. Welcome back to Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo, a podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. My name is Nana Boozhoo, and our Ojibwe word for today, Junia. Niwi Ea, Junia. And Want some money, eh?